Hey everybody, welcome to Hawkeye Reactions. Here, let me get my mic over here. Okay, that's probably better. Hey, welcome. If you're new here, if you know anything about me, uh, I am not a country music fan. Whenever I've heard it playing on the radio, I'm just kind of like, I've never been into it. I don't know. I have nothing against it. I'm not saying it's bad or anything. I'm not trying to put it down. Just not my preference. Um, but somebody in the comments thinks maybe that they can change my mind a little bit. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. This is a test. Carrie in the comments the other day says, I know you say you are not into country. I would like to change your opinion with one song. Brooks and Dunn Believe. If you don't like it, I would be truly surprised. So, challenge accepted. I said, you know what? I'm going to put down my pride. I'm going to put on my cowboy boot. No, I don't have any cowboy boots, but I have sandals on actually. But I'm going to listen to this. I'm going to give it a shot, you guys. I'll be honest. And here's the thing about my channel here that I hope and I think most people appreciate is I'm just a very honest reactor. So I'm not the fanciest. I'm not the best. I'm not the whatever. I'm not the smartest by any means. I already know all this. But what I am is very authentic. So like if I don't enjoy this, I'm going to let you know. That's just how it is. And I hope you guys can appreciate that even if you don't agree with my opinion. You can be like, "Oh, well, he's an honest guy. That's good." Because I'm sure there's plenty of reactors out there that would be like, I don't really like country. Watch this, be like, oh, it's my favorite thing in the world, and just to try to get more subscribers or view. Like I'm not gonna bulk shit on my channel just to get views and that. I just want to be real, and most people have been thanking me for that, for my realness. They can tell I'm just an authentic dude that hasn't heard this before, hasn't heard this type of music before. Like if I hear something, I let you know if I've heard of it or heard of it or maybe heard it or and I just to be fully honest, I never really listened to much music growing up at all. So, let alone country. This would have been the last thing I would have listened to. So, besides maybe yeah, no, this is probably the last thing I would have listened to. But let's see if my mind can be swayed a little bit. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll be a full blown country fan after this. I doubt it, but and I can also still like a song. Maybe still not like every type of country music because there's different types of country music. I feel like there's like this twangy stuff. There's the more upbeat stuff. I'm more of an upbeat kind of guy, so I don't know how this is gonna go, but I'm just gonna give you my honest opinion, you guys. So I hope you can appreciate that either way. Um, And if you guys could just like, comment, subscribe on this video, it really does help my channel out. My videos do better the more comments I get on them and all that good stuff and more likes and stuff. So even if you don't like my reaction, if you could just comment, I don't like your reaction. No, no, please don't comment that. But I mean, I guess it would help the algorithm. But anyways, we're going to get right into this, you guys. Let's just go. All right. I'm curious. I do filter my videos a little bit because copyright's a bitch on YouTube.
Old man Wrigley lived in that White House down the street where I grew up. Mama used to send me over with things. We struck a friendship up, spent a few long summers out on his old porch swing. Said he was in the war, went in the Navy, lost his wife, lost his baby. Broke down and asked him one time, how you keep from going crazy? He said, I see my wife and son in just a little while.
All right, first thoughts. I love what the song is about so far. The connection with, different generations and talking about the past and all that. Like the lyrics are good, real good. The voice sounds really good. The style, the tempo is what I imagine country to be. Kind of slow. Um, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm just gonna say it's okay right now, you guys. I don't really have a big opinion one way or the other, so I gotta keep listening. We're not even quite a minute in, so but I just wanted to give you my initial thoughts. It's okay. It's okay. All right. Let's see where this goes. I don't know.
From going crazy.
Really good voice.
He said, I'll see my wife and son in just a little while. I asked him what he meant. He looked at me and smiled, said, I raised my hands, bow my head. I'm finding more and more truth in the words written in red. They tell me that there's more to life than just what I can see. Oh, I believe. A few years later, I was off at college, talking to Mom on the phone one night, getting all caught up on the gossip, the ins and outs of the small town life. She said, oh, by the way, son.
That is true. So I live in Iowa. Plenty of small little towns all around. I live in like I live in the second largest city in Iowa, which is only like, I think it's like 105,000 people. I don't know. It's not huge by any means, but yeah. But trust me, I mean, you can just drive 5 minutes out towards a cornfield, and you'll be like in another little small town. But I had a few girlfriends in the past that were from small towns, and I can tell you that the gossip is real in those places. It's one reason I never wanted to live in a small town. I don't like everybody knowing my business. I don't want to know everybody else's business. Some people love that kind of stuff, like knowing everything and being in other people's business all the time. That's not me. I'm like, nope, I'm going to stay away. I don't want any drama. Like, I don't know. But it was interesting. It was an interesting dynamic to see how small towns operate. Like, you go to the one restaurant downtown, you go to the one gas station. Oh, did you hear Larry and his farm the other night? There, I'm just saying, like, you just hear it. I mean, it's interesting. Some people are into that kind of stuff. I always thought it was weird. I'm like, why do you care what everybody else is doing all the time? I don't know. And then I always felt like a little bit of an outsider. Like, I'm wearing my basketball shorts and a t-shirt, and, I didn't feel like I fit in, like in small towns, And I'm not saying they're all judgy and, but, they're all like, oh, what car is that? Who drives that? Where are they from? Who's that guy? So I just don't like that feeling. Not saying they're not welcoming at all, but, it is what it is. But I prefer, like, I don't like living in like a big, huge city either. I don't want to live downtown. I don't live downtown in my city where, like, all the restaurants and bars and, venues are and all that, businesses. I don't live down there either. I like, I'm just kind of here in the city, but not, downtown. So, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like small town life, or do you like living in a little bit bigger of a city? Or do you like living in the middle of a big city? Some people love the city life too. So, let me know. But so far, I like where this is going. It's progressing. Now he's in college. I feel like this is a very emotional song. I actually kind of like it so far, which is weird, but let's keep going.
All town life. She said, oh, by the way, son, old man Wrigley's died. Later on that night, I laid there thinking back. Thought about a couple long lost summers. I didn't know whether to cry or laugh. There was ever anybody deserved a ticket to the other side, it'd be that sweet old man who looked me in the eye, said I raised my hands, bow my head, finding more and more truth in the words written in red. They tell me that there's more to life than just what I can see. I can't quote the book, the chapter or the verse. You can't tell me it all ends in a...
Funerals suck, you guys. I'm not going to lie. They're just very uncomfortable. My grandma passed last summer, so that was the last funeral I went to. I hadn't been to one in a while, and they're just not for me. I don't handle death very well. I had a cat that passed away like 6 years ago, and whew, I was a mess. And I got 2 boys now, and whenever their time comes, whew, that's going to be hard. But anyways, death sucks. So this is sad. This is a very sad one. I don't like it.
You can't tell me it all ends in a slow ride in a hearse. You know I'm more and more convinced the longer that I live. Yeah, this can't be, no, this can't be, no, this can't be all there is. Lord, I raise my hands, bow my head. Oh, I'm finding more and more truth in the words written in red. They tell me that there's more to this than just what I can see. I believe.
He's like, no way. It's not really dead.
I believe. I believe. I believe.
Well, that was a pretty depressing intro to country music. Thanks for that, Carrie. So here's where I stand with this, you guys. Lyrically, amazing. Vocals, wow. Like, that dude can sing. And let me know, is the singer on this Brooks or is it Dunn? And is he the one who always sings and the other guy plays the guitar? Or do they both sing? Or does one of them sing on, do they each take turns singing? Or, you know what I mean? Never listened to them. So I'm just curious. That's just a curiosity question. But, yeah, the message in the song was great. It was sad. But it's part of life, I mean, it's the part we all don't really want to think about. We don't want to think about death. I hate I do not handle death very well at all. Like, I just try not to think about it. Like, I just don't handle death very well. I mean, a lot of people don't. But, yeah, it's just a tough thing to think about. But it's part of life. I mean, unfortunately, well, I don't know. It's just crazy, guys. It's crazy. But anyways, here's my thoughts on this. This is not something that I would have on repeat or, care to listen to on a daily basis or weekly basis or anything, but I actually did kind of enjoy it. So, I mean, I'm definitely not sitting here saying I'm a big country music fan by any means. But this was tolerable. And I'll tell you why. Because it had a really strong message in it, a really good message that I can relate to. Because I'll be honest, there's a lot of country songs out there that I hear that are just, sit by my truck, drink a beer by the river, honky tonk. I don't get into that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. It's not for me. It's not my style. And I'm just not a country boy. I don't do so I just can't relate to that kind of stuff. But I can relate to this kind of stuff. Like I can relate to this story and this. I mean, we all really can probably at some point or another in our lives. And it was a really good message, and it was done very well, and it like evoked some emotion in me a little bit and just made me think. And I enjoy that kind of stuff. So I enjoy this. I really did. Um, you might be onto something, Carrie. I don't know. I would have to listen to some more Brooks and Dunns to really get a good feel for them. If this is kind of their norm, or do they have a big, catalog of a variety of different songs? Maybe there's some other ones. Maybe there's, usually I'm into the more upbeat type stuff, but this was really good. I actually really enjoyed this. I had a really, like I said, the message really resonated with me, so I think that's why I liked it. So, super good vocals. The lyrics were amazing. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. Who knew? Who knew? Who knew I'd ever be listening to Brooks and Dunn? That's why I'm glad I made this channel, you guys, to discover some new artists, some new music, and whatever. It was just fun. I mean, I would have never listened to this in a million years had it not been for this channel. So, anyways, you guys, this video is running much longer than normal. I've been yakking like a little schoolgirl who's fallen in love, Like, I just keep yakking to you guys. So, I'm going to get off of here now. I'm going to go. But if you could just like, comment, subscribe, help me out a little bit. If you enjoyed this at all, I'd love to have you along for the journey. We could call it like the country rabbit hole. Maybe I'll start discovering some other country artists and bands. Because I'll be honest, I know nothing about country music. I don't know. I know artists. I've heard of them before, and I've heard of Garth Brooks. Never sat down and listened to anything. I might have heard a few things on the radio over the years. I wouldn't know any songs though. I wouldn't know lyrics or the words or the meanings of any of those songs. So I don't know. If you guys want me to listen to a little bit more, try to change my mind on country music, you can. It's going to be a tough one to crack, though. I don't know if I'll ever become like a full-fledged country music fan, but I could maybe like honestly just have a little bit more respect for it, and admiration for it, and tolerate it kind of in a way that I've never would have thought I would even try before. So who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But anyways, I love you guys. I'm yakking again. I gotta get off. I love you. I'll see you on the next one. You guys take care of yourselves out there and stay safe. Peace out.